Hey, guys, let's go ahead and get this thing started. What a packed call tonight. The webinar is full. The call is full. Welcome again to the MWR Financial Monday Night Leadership Call. My name is Gerald Parker. I'll be your host just to take care of a little business for you. If you're not on the webinar, you want to not only hear this but see it. We're talking about an enhancement to the comp plan tonight, so go to join.startmeeting.com/MWR. Right when I thought this thing as good as it can get, these guys have just shown me that they can make it even better. Folks, what you're going to see tonight is going to be mind-blowing. This thing gets more exciting every single day. But listen, let's get to it. My job tonight is to bring on our first speaker, and you're going to hear from a couple people tonight, and you're actually going to hear from some leaders. And they're going to be telling you their story, the success that they're having with MWR and what we're doing across this country. But first, I have the privilege and the pleasure of introducing our first speaker tonight. Now, this gentleman I've known for nearly 14 years. Now, he's made his life. He made it his life mission helping others, and I'm just convinced that's why he's been so successful and will always be successful, because he's committed to other people more than even himself. Now, his forward-thinking leadership has made MWR Financial the fastest-growing financial solutions company in this industry. All right, he brings nearly 30 years of business success in financial services. He's built 3 multi-million-dollar companies, and folks, we're on our way to a 4th one. It is my pleasure and honor, and help me bring to the call the CEO and co-founder of MWR Financial, Mr. Brian House. Are you there, sir?
I'm with you, Gerald. Can you hear me okay, buddy?
Crystal clear, sir.
All right, great. Well, listen, Gerald, as always, thank you so much for everything you do, for your leadership, your do-it-first leadership, for always being there, being so dependable and consistent that we never even have to think about whether or not you're going to be on here welcoming people and making them feel comfortable about being a part of this family, which is exactly, what we are. And so, listen, I can't thank you enough, and I know that you're going to be on here again in just a few minutes. I know our president, Adamo Tolson, is going to be bringing some guests on, some of our team leaders, some of the people that are experiencing just a tremendous amount of success, as well as each of you that are experiencing success. And tonight, we wanted to do a couple of things. And I've got the exciting part here that I love, because as our company continues to grow, because of the incredible job you guys are doing, and I'm going to give you an example of how incredible what you're doing really is here in just a second. But as our company grows and as we continue to evolve and we end up, our revenue increases, it allows us to be able to do some additional things to make things even better for each of you. And so tonight I get to share some of that with you. Before I do that, though, I want to talk about a couple of things that are really important, that are getting ready to come to an end here, that I think everybody needs to be aware of if you haven't been paying attention. But first thing I'm going to tell you is our double expansion bonuses. Guys, we've got 2 days left on those. That's where instead of $25 when you enroll a consultant, when you have 3 qualified financial consultants and you enroll your 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 10th, whatever it is, from your 4th qualified financial consultant on, instead of $25 for an expansion bonus, you get $50 for an expansion bonus. And guys, those pay daily. So they pay out immediately, and then they're in your bank account typically within 3 business days. So that's still going on. We got 2 days left on that, so take advantage of it. Another thing I want to tell you about is our momentum bonus reset. Our momentum bonus reset. For those of you that were involved with MWR Financial prior to October 5th, I think it was, 5th or 6th, we did a total reset on our momentum bonuses, where we added even more in momentum bonuses. We added a 3rd tier to our momentum bonuses. We extended the time frame, so instead of just having to accomplish all of it within 28 days, you now have 30 days to accomplish the first part of it for a $150 momentum bonus. You have another 30 days or 60 days to accomplish the second part of it for another $450. And then you have another 30 days on top of that to qualify for the third part of that, in order to pick up another $900, or a total of $1,500 in momentum bonuses. But if you were a part of that reset, you have 6 days and 22 hours to complete that first step where you get your first 3 qualified financial consultants, or you get your 3 qualified financial consultants from October 5th until the end period, which is 6 days and 22 hours from now. So I hope I explained that well. But that's going on. Now, I'm going to get to the comp plan enhancements because I know there's a ton of you on here. I want to give everybody time. I still see the webinar loading up, and more people are dialing in right this second, which is exciting, guys. Like Gerald said, we're hearing people from all across the country, different states, different cities, and it's because of the growth that you've created. And I'm going to tell you something about the growth and why we're doing what we're doing tonight, what we're going to talk about, why we did a reset on our momentum bonuses, because of what you guys are doing out in the field by sharing this message with everybody you know. And I think some of you may be aware of this, but last month, in September, not October, but September, we're still in October. In September, we had a 112% increase in growth from the month prior, 112% increase. If you want to know how amazing you guys are, well, by the 21st of this month, we had already doubled that. And with 2 days left, if we stay on the pace that we're on, there's a good possibility we're going to triple that. And I don't know about you guys, but that tells me that what we're doing is, one, a worthy crusade, but it's one that you guys have embraced and have got out there and started sharing with people, and we're making a huge difference in people's lives. And to give you an example of what I'm talking about, I know you're going to get some great examples of success tonight, but if you're on the webinar side, I'm going to pull up something here real quick. I'm going to pull up our MWR Financial Testimonials, which is on Facebook.com/groups/MWR Financial Testimonials. I know that's a mouthful. It's a lot. But, guys, I'm going to tell you, if you haven't taken a look at this page, I'm going to go through this, just a few of them real quick. Here's one Krista Phillips just posted. She posted her Equity Max plan, showing where on her creditor's plan she was in debt for 14 years and 9 months. On our plan, she's going to be out of debt in 4 years and 9 months. So literally, we just saved her 10 years on the time that she was going to be in debt. $40,000, almost $41,000 in interest she would have had to pay on her creditor's plan. Only $14,000, a little over $14,000 on our plan. She has her new debt-free date, which is 10 years sooner. Instead of July of 2033, she's now going to be debt-free in July of 2023. And I love the statement at the bottom here. It says, with the Equity Max system, you can be completely debt-free 10 years and 0 months sooner than your creditor's plan. This alone will save you $26,630.11 in interest expenses. Guys, that's powerful. Do you think over the next 4 years that it's worth her being involved in MWR Financial, saving almost $27,000 in interest just by following our Equity Max plan, which is just one of the pieces of the puzzle? Then you can look, Jeff Vader Trills, he's talking about how his credit scores have increased, and there's multiple testimonies about that. Krista Phillips posted that as well. Then you look at our instant pay raise strategy, where we're helping people like Harold Latson, add an extra $400 or $500 a month to their take-home pay, increasing their existing take-home pay, allowing them to bring more money home for their families. Guys, this is phenomenal, and if you're not using this, I highly recommend it. And then I'm going to point out Terrence Hawkins here. He just posted his testimony. This company is amazing. Not only do I receive a $100 daily guarantee, a $1,250 per month car bonus, and $500 monthly presidential bonus, but my team members are receiving $5 to $50 daily guaranteed income and $500 monthly car bonuses. This is the first company that I am assured not to be the only one on stage having success. Boom. So that I guess that was a drop the mic moment there for Terrence. But, guys, these are the type of things that are happening. And, again, if you haven't checked out the MWR Financial Testimonials page on Facebook, check it out. Check it out. Facebook.com/groups MWR Financial testimonials. Now, the reason I also pointed out our testimonials page is because we have a contest running right now. This month, and this is going to be something we're going to do on a monthly basis, but this month, if you promote or if you post your testimony on here, whether it's an income testimony, whether it's about any of the services, all the services, whatever it is, whenever you do a testimonial post, you're going to be put into a drawing to be able to receive a free membership, free MWR Financial Edge membership, where you're going to get all of our experts and strategies for free. So definitely make sure that you post your testimonies, okay? So this is a powerful, powerful tool, and I can tell you, if you have prospects that want an example of success, there's no better place to take them than right here to show them how this system, how our strategies and our experts are making a difference in people's lives, and we're doing all the work. Not just educating them, but our experts are doing all the work for them to get them these results. And so this is a, excuse me, guys, I'm a little hoarse tonight, but this is a powerful page for you to be able to use. We're also going to be adding this as a stream, as a news feed on our MWR Financial website. You're getting ready to see some upgrades happen to that over the next month or so. You're also going to see this on as a testimonial section that will be a feed on there as well on our MakeWealthReal.com capture sites. So you're going to be able to give people examples of success when they go to see your site, whatever site that may be. So just wanted to point that out. I know I'm talking fast, guys, because I have a lot of information to share with you tonight. So let's get to the good stuff. Let's get to what you guys got on this call for. I already commented on our momentum bonuses, so how we've already made the adjustment on that, did the reset for you. But I'm going to show you something here. If you're on the webinar side, it's in regards to our daily guarantee. Our daily guaranteed income is obviously where we go from $5 a day up to $1,000 in daily guaranteed income. $1,000 a day, that's $30,000 a month. We pay it on, it's something that is generated for every day of the month, not just the weekdays. So it's $30,000 per month. So this is our daily guarantee. Well, there's something we made an adjustment on here, and if you'll notice, it says that earn $5,000 to $1,000 in daily guarantee based on your placement team customer points, meaning you can help other people in your organization achieve daily guarantee by being able to place people under them. So I think that's extremely powerful. Now, commissions accrue daily and are paid as a top-up against the previous month's earnings, inclusive of luxury vehicle club bonuses. Okay, now I'm going to stop there where it says inclusive of luxury vehicle club bonuses, because as of November 1st, let me go back here, as of November 1st, you will notice that it's no longer inclusive of the luxury vehicle club bonuses, meaning that if you qualify for $100 a day and you also had a $1,250 luxury vehicle club bonus, instead of that $1,250 counting against the $3,000 that you could earn for that month in daily guarantee, the $1,250 is now paid on top of it. On top of it. Okay, so you know you've got a minimum of $3,000 a month coming in. No matter how big your organization grows during that month, it's guaranteed income, but you also have an additional $1,250 in a luxury vehicle club bonus, or $500, whatever level you're at. So guys, this is a huge enhancement to our compensation plan, huge enhancement. So that was one of the enhancements that we made. Now, I'm also going to cover another major enhancement that we did. And I'm going to see if I can't go down to our promotion requirements. If you will notice, on our previous promotion requirements, to get to manager, it lists the qualifications: senior manager, area manager, district manager, regional manager, national manager. Well, all of those ranks that you hit came with personal customer point requirements. For a manager, it was 3 personal customer points. Senior manager, 5. Area manager, 7. District, 9. Regional, 11. National, 13 personal customer points. That means you had to go out and gather more and more and more customers to be able to hit these ranks. Okay, so you can pick up even more in our leadership expansion bonuses. Well, because of the growth, because of the fact that you guys are doing an amazing job out there, and our customer to rep ratio is about 2.5, 2.4 to 1, which is phenomenal in this industry because of the success that are and the results that are being produced by our memberships as far as credit restoration and debt elimination and unlimited financial advice on demand, and then also being able to provide people with a real wealth plan and the actual strategies to make it happen with experts that do all the work for them, and then our instant pay raise. When you think about that, guys, we have a ton of people coming on as customers with this company, and we're seeing a lot of them that are getting extremely excited about also being able to participate in our opportunity. But here's what I'm going to tell you. All those customer point requirements, those 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, if you look at what will be posted on the 1st of November, all the customer point requirements have been eliminated. As long as you're building an organization, we know that you have to have at least one outside customer in order to qualify for our daily guaranteed income. And so we don't need to put customer requirements on you being able to advance through the ranks with MWR Financial, because you guys are doing a phenomenal job of getting customers for MWR Financial. Now, I'm going to go to something else here real quick, and it's our Luxury Vehicle Club. Okay, now our Luxury Vehicle Club, I'm going to say this real quick, and there's somebody on the moderator side, which I know we've got a lot of guests that are getting ready to pop on here. If you get a chance, definitely, mute yourself out. But I'm going to say this about our Luxury Vehicle Club, and guys, this is going to excite you. You can look that our Luxury Vehicle Club, it originally started out with on Tier 1, you had to get a BMW, Mercedes, or Audi, okay? Well, we didn't want you to have to go and get yourself in debt. That kind of defeats the purpose of what we're doing here at MWR Financial. MWR Financial is about helping you do the right things with your money, become a better steward of your money. And so we took that out of it. So now you can get the luxury vehicle of your choice on Tier 1 and Tier 2, and then on Tier 3, you can get the luxury vehicle or supercar or luxury home of your choice, okay? Now, if you read this, it used to say up to $500 per month towards luxury vehicle or half in cash. Must be a senior manager and maintain 100 enrollment team customer points, up to $1,250 per month towards a luxury vehicle or half in cash. Must be an area manager and maintain 500 enrollment team customer points. Now, I'm going to explain to you what we did here. And this was partially because we wanted to make it to where you could access this outside of the daily guarantee, okay? So in addition to, on top of, okay? Now, with this, all those little requirements are gone. Now, it's $500 per month towards a luxury vehicle of your choice, must maintain 200 enrollment team qualification points. For Tier 2, $1,250 per month. Towards a luxury vehicle of your choice, must maintain $500 in enrollment. Get remote control over your keyboard and mouse. No, I don't agree with that, Martina. Sorry about that. So though at $3,000 per month, there are no little hidden requirements in there. Not that they were hidden before. I didn't mean it that way, but there's no little extra requirements. You don't have to hit a specific rank. You don't have to, take half in cash because you didn't submit, a lease agreement or a purchase agreement. All those things that were there before, literally, you're going to have to submit a a picture of you with your vehicle, whether it's your existing vehicle, but it does have to be 5 years or newer, because this is advertising, guys, for the company. This is advertising, showing examples of success, and so that's the only requirement that you're going to have to face. But you can use that $500, $1,250, $3,000 per month, and you're going to learn a little bit more about the $3,000 per month here in just a second when I turn it over to Indamo, because this is going to blow you away at what you're able to accomplish with a small organization in MWR Financial. I'm telling you guys, we have, and I'm not just saying this as the CEO. This is not hype. You guys that know me know that I do not believe in hype, okay? We sell hope without the hype and a realistic way to make things happen. This is by no means considered to be hype, okay? This is real, what we're talking about. And I'm going to let Indamo share the rest of the story with you here. And Indamo, are you on this side of the line? I just want to make sure, because I know you're dialing in some people.
Yes, I am.
Oh, okay, great. Well, listen, don't come on yet, because I'm gonna pull something up here real quick, and then hopefully, don't pay attention, guys. Don't look at this. All right. Now, I'm going to go through our six-figure guaranteed income strategy, okay? I'm not going to go through it. I'm going to pull it up. But Indamo is going to go through our six-figure guaranteed income strategy. And you guys know that we've been promoting how easy it is for someone to be able to create a six-figure guaranteed residual income, not just one-time income, not just upfront income, not just because your business grew by a ton every single month, but guaranteed residual income, where you're getting paid month after month after month for something you did just one time. And what's so powerful about this, guys, is that our annual retention rate is almost 70%. Right at 70% annual retention rate. If you're any other company in this industry and you average a 24 to 30% annual retention rate, you're knocking it out of the park, okay? We are killing it with an almost 70% annual retention rate of consultants with a membership. Now, that's not just customers. That's consultants with a membership, meaning that, guys, you build something here, you can build it one time and potentially get paid on it for years and years and years to come, making this a legacy business, making this a business that is willable, sellable, and transferable. Not just us saying that, but that you have the substance and the value there years down the road to be able to make that come to fruition. So with that, Dom, I'm going to turn it over to you. And, guys, for those of you, I know we've got some new people on the line here, but Indamo Tolson is the president of Field and Leadership Development here for MWR Financial. And I'm going to tell you what, guys, I couldn't do what I do if it wasn't for this guy, because you guys, many of you get to hear him on Monday nights and Thursday nights and all the incredible trainings that he gives with his. He's just a plethora of knowledge. That's an awful big word for a boy from Kentucky. I can tell you, a plethora. But guys, that's exactly what he is. And I'm going to tell you, he gives me a ton of credit for things that we do around here. But, again, I couldn't do this without him. And I can tell you right now, I learn more from him every single day. And I know you guys too. So with that said, I'm going to turn it over to my good friend, my partner, the president of Field and Leadership Development here at MWR Financial, Mr. Indamo Tolson. So Indamo, I'm going to give it over to you, buddy, and I'll let you finish it out.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Brian. I appreciate that. I am fired up about all the new news and the enhancements. You always are going to make it better, never take away. So I know if you don't get it, don't worry about it. You are in good stock. Now, I will tell you something, Brian. When you talked about that almost 70% retention rate, here's what's amazing. Here's what is not said, and I just want everybody to hear this. That is that's from October 2017 to October this year. That's during the foundation phase. We've only been in the pre-launch phase for about 3 months now. So that is mostly foundation and pre-launch. That right there tells you we have something special. I am going to be blown away, and I already know that next year this time, next October, when you're giving those numbers, it's going to be in the high 80s, if not the 90s. And that is what's going to make us where you're never chasing your residual income. You didn't join this industry to get a job where you're trying to chase it because you have to work for the rest of your life. People are going to be able to retire. They're going to be able, like you said, will it, sell it. They're going to be able to do things because they will have guaranteed income that's locked in, that's coming in month after month after month after month, that passive, ongoing, guaranteed, and residual income. I love it, love it, love it. And so, Brian, man, what you put together is extraordinary, and it's just so exciting to see so many people winning, so many people having a chance to go do something special, so many people that have worked so hard at other companies and done things and did the best and put their best foot forward, put their whole reputation on the line. And we have some incredible people in our business that have strong reputations, but the company did not hold up. And now we have something that is legacy driven. And I love that, Brian. So I thank you for that. It is absolutely awesome. So here's what I want to share with everybody. Yes.
Dom, listen, if you don't mind, I'm going to jump in because I want to say something, because you say this a lot on these calls, and I wanted to clarify something real quick before you continue, because I know you got some phenomenal people on here that we want everybody to hear from. But you say pre-launch a lot. And I don't think people understand that, because people think that a pre-launch with a company has to do with, before they pay commissions, before you can use the services, before you can participate in the program, you can just get enrolled in advance before pre-launch. Guys, that is not the case with us. We did our pre-launch, our developmental stage, our foundational stage, and our pre-launch. Our pre-launch was where everything is in place to where you guys had the opportunity to start putting teams into place, benefiting from the compensation plan, seeing how our services and our strategies and our experts work before we went out there and really launched this company. And so I wanted to clarify that, and Damo, because I think people sometimes get confused when we say pre-launch, but I want them to understand what our pre-launch means compared to a pre-launch of any other company in the industry. So give that back to you, buddy.
No, I'm glad you said that, because, Brian, that's why so many people go, wow, you guys have all of this and it's only the pre-launch? Unbelievable. But so that's exciting, and that's exactly what we did, because the reason why that foundation phase and that developmental and foundation phase and now this pre-launch phase looks so professional, so profound, and so different than any other business, because Mr. House and his team, they wanted to build this the right way. And so they did that, and they've done it every single step, and they continue to do it. So I am here, and I'm so glad to be a part of this. Now, let's talk about this six-figure guaranteed income strategy. It's the power of you plus daily guarantee plus the presidential bonus. So let's talk about, we all know kind of the numbers. If you go out and you say, hey, I want to, instead of waiting, get 3 and then help those 3 get 3, I'm just going to go get my 12 right away. So let's say you go click, and we do that. We're going to click on that there, bam. And you have your 12 right away. Well, now you know you're at $600 in guaranteed income, or $7,200 a year. It's $20 a day is the way it equates to. But now if you help those 12 get 5, because we're not going to say they're going to do it the same speed you are. So they wind up helping 5 each, who help 3 each, who help 2 each. So 12, 5, 3, 2, that means your team of QFCs have now exceeded 600. You're at 612. You only need 584 to get to the $2,200 a day at $6,000 per month in daily guarantee. So you're there. Plus, you have enough points to be at presidential bonuses, where you pick up an additional $2,500 in presidential bonuses. That's a total of $8,500 or $102,000 a year for you. Now, 12,532 is $102,000 a year for you. But let me share something super, super exciting. Because of the enhancements to the compensation plan, look what else you get. Plus, you receive an additional $3,000 per month to pay for the luxury vehicle or the home of your choice. So in other words, what you have and what you're able to show and what you're able to see by just simply doing this, you're able to go put yourself in a position where not only do you have $100,000 a year coming in guaranteed income, but you don't have to use that income to pay for your house. You don't have to use that income to pay for your car. You'll be able to have, let's say, your house and car payment are below $3,000 or below. Do you realize that the company is basically paying that every single month? You're able, because that's covered right there, so you can take that presidential bonus check on the 10th of every month and pay your mortgage, pay your car payments, and then have this other $102,000 a year going towards whatever you want it to go for. And watch this. All of you know about the PRA, the private reserve account. Can you imagine if you said, I'm going to take 10, 20% of that, 30% of that, and put it over there? Do you understand what that would do for you and your family, the kind of money you have set aside? Even for those of us that are in our late 40s, our 50s, our 60s, 70s, do you understand you only have a short period of time to make this happen? So now you might have to say, man, I need to put like 10, 12 grand away every month because I have such a short period of time for the next 10 years. Well, guess what happens? Now you see a vehicle and you're doing all of this for only 600. Look at this, 600 people in your organization. That is crazy when you think about that. There are some of you on this line that I've talked to in recent days that have had organizations in the thousands, some of you in the tens of thousands, and there's a few of you in the hundreds of thousands. We're talking about 612, and you've literally got your home, your vehicle, and potentially your home and vehicle, and you have $100,000 in guaranteed income, regardless if you get out of bed or not in the morning. And something Mr. House said earlier that I don't want you to sleep on. He talked about that this is a guaranteed income. This is not saying, oh, my business had to grow so much. What if your business flatlined? And all you did, and I want you to watch this something here, all you did is for some reason everything just stopped. You got people to force them. You say, okay, I'm making enough money, so you guys just stay right here. And that 612 did not grow one penny, but they just all retained themselves. A year later, you still had 612. Do you realize you would still have earned $102,000 for the year? And I just told you something that is ridiculous, because if you've earned 200, you put yourself in that position, I'm definitely going for it. You can't tell me to stop. I know you made all the money you want to make, but I'm going for it. And for those big thinkers and big doers, they're going to see that with 3,084 people, they're at $30,000 a month. So they have 3,084 QFCs at $1,000 in daily guarantee. Plus, now you're at $30,000 a month. You start looking over here on the other side, and you put yourself, if you get down to level 9, you're talking about another 100,000. That's 130,000 a month. That's 1.56 million a year. There's your 7 figures. So you could see, for you big thinkers and really big doers, to build a big business, you are out there going, okay, my business is going to be huge. I can see 7 figures as well. So we have it for you. This is the business you've hoped for, you've prayed for, the business you've looked for. Some of us have been doing this. I look at all the things I've been through for the last 15, 20 years. Everything has led me to this moment. And I am so excited. I'm prepared for it. I recognize it. And part of taking advantage of the moment is seeing it. And when you see it and you do something about it, and with the timing on your side, you can absolutely change everything in your life. People wonder how you did it, but you did it. But let me tell you this. It's not just me saying that. It's not just me talking about it. Brian talking about it. You saw some of the testimonials, but we have some people on this line right now that you need to hear from, that I just want you to hear some of their successes. What they're going to do is they're going to tell you the city, and they're going to tell you their name. They're going to tell you the city and state that they're calling from, that they're doing business in. They're going to tell you what their background was, watch this, before network marketing. so you can see what, where they came from. And then they're going to tell you about why they're here, what kind of success they're having, how they're having it, why they're having it. So what I'm going to do is the first person I want to talk to, and I'm going to talk to him first because you hear from him, but I want him to share because he has some updated news for you in case you haven't heard it. And that's none other than the great Gerald Parker. I want him to be able to tell you exactly what's going on with him and what MWR Financial has done for him. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you this. Make sure you stay focused. Make sure you listen to everything that you hear, because if you want to know how to build a business big, you do it by telling stories. And these are the stories. If I'm taking serious notes, I'm taking them right now, because I'm going to write down the stories, so when I go talk to someone else, I'll be able to tell them that story. So if I find an accountant, I'll be able to tell them a story that I hear tonight. If I find a doctor, I'll be able to tell the doctor a story. And even if they're not a doctor, they could be a nurse, they could be anything else, I'll be able to tell these stories. So I'm telling you right now, you want to lock into what you hear about. But Mr. Gerald Parker, can you come and share the good news that is MWR Financial?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me, sir?
I can.
When I was saying like you, buddy, I had a job, but now I'm free, so call me fanatical. Listen, man, this is the greatest thing that's ever happened to me in my entire life. You talk about some good news, I'll share that with you. But, again, my name is Gerald Parker. I reside in Raleigh, North Carolina. Prior to my network marketing experience, I own a commercial cleaning business. If I can do this, anybody can. You just got to be hungry enough. And without question, folks, this is our ticket out. This thing is real. But you've heard my story about what the PRA has done for me, and we're going to talk more about that tonight. But the instant pay raise, the credit enhancement, all of those things have been a huge plus to help me get my financial life in order. The future is so bright, Mr. Tolson. I'm telling you what, I'm so excited and looking at where I'll be 10 years from today as a result of the plan that was put in place by these financial experts. Nothing I did, but with the assistance of these experts, these guys have got me in shape, man, top financial shape. But the good news that happened this past week, I've been working with my financial advisor, my retirement specialist, Eric Elam. This guy's incredible, man. We've developed a personal relationship over the past year. I've been participating in the private reserve account. This thing is outpacing my 401k by 10 times. Initially, we were on track to retire in 10 years versus 25 years based on my 401k, which I wasn't going to make anyway. So the 15-year break was huge for me. But Eric and I have been talking for the past few weeks. How do we speed this process up? How do I put myself in a position to retire in 5 years versus 10? Let's just look at the possibility. So this guy calls me out of the blue the other day. He said, Gerald, I got good news. I said, what's going on? He said, listen, I can get you there. What do you mean? I can get you there in 5 years. I said, okay, tell me how. He said, listen, we're going to jumpstart another PRA account. So me thinking, okay, where do we get this money from? No worries. You've gained enough in the first one to fund the second one. No out-of-pocket expenses at all. None. None. So where do I get the money to fuel this second investment? My MWR Financial business is growing at such a pace I can dump as much as I need to contribute each month to get me where I need to be. Listen, compound interest, it is the most amazing thing that I've ever seen. My money's making money. All this happened while I was asleep. My money was still working. So for the past year, it's put me in a position to jumpstart a second PRA account. Folks, let me tell you something. I'm talking strategies and services alone. I'm rich, okay? We're talking wealth now. How do we get that? Take full advantage of this income opportunity that's attached to these services and these products and this system that we've got in place, and watch where you go. I'm telling you, man, this is phenomenal. Words are not enough to express how I'm feeling right now, where I'm going. I sat with my grandson and hung out with him this weekend, and I had gotten my paperwork from my PRA. It showed me my gains. It showed me what projections were. And I said, hey, how far can you count? I said this to my 11-year-old grandson. He said, Papa, I can count pretty high. I said, can you count to 1 million? He said, what do you mean? I said, you're going to need to be able to do that because this is the kind of money that you're going to inherit. And I'm showing him these numbers on paper, and this kid was like, what? He can't believe it. He's set. I'm 2 generations deep right now. I'm going for a third one. I'm telling you, there will never, ever be an issue with money as it relates to my family moving forward. We're talking generational wealth here. That's what this program has allowed me to do. And what has happened to me can happen for anybody. I'm Brian House. Thank you, man, for your vision. Thank you for putting this opportunity together, because at 56 years old, folks, I was stuck working for somebody else and trying to figure it all out. making peanuts on a return with my 401k, not knowing how I was going to get out of this thing. And this program came along and gave me my ticket out, folks. It's real. It's real. I'm telling you, it can work for you. Go all in and watch this thing work. And I'm having no trouble showing this thing to other people, and they'll say, I've yet to meet anybody that says, oh, Gerald, that sounds good, but I've got my financial life in order. Nobody's got it together. Everybody needs this. This thing is priced right. The opportunity is incredible. Anybody can do it. The experts are going to do all the work for you, so you don't even have to become the financial expert yourself. It's real, my friend. Thank you so much for the opportunity, and thank you for letting me speak tonight.
Wow, Gerald, that is absolutely exciting, and that's, absolutely exciting to hear. Now, you're going to see tonight the common theme is this is happening for so many. So let me now ask, do I have Ebony? Ebony, are you on the line with us?
Hey, yes, good evening.
Good evening, Ebony. Why don't you share with everybody, tell them your name, the city you're calling from, let them know what your background is before, like what your job or industry is before network marketing, and then let them know what's happening here at MWR and why you're so excited. We'd love to hear your story, Ebony.
Hey, everybody. So thank you so much, Domino, and thank you so much, Brian, for having me on this call, and thank you so much for your leadership. But I wanted to say, first and foremost, another thing is thank you, Maurice, for bugging me about this opportunity. I actually own and operate a home care company, but for about 9.5 years. But I wrote a book about being debt-free by 30 and beyond back in 2014. I've always been on a path to teach people how to get out of debt, get your finances right, but I didn't have that full piece to the puzzle to add to the pie about building wealth. So as far as hearing the testimonies and everything, that part was missing for me to help share to people. So once I put that together with what I had, it's just powerful for me to just share it. And I don't feel I don't feel anything negative about sharing this with people because I'm actually a testimony to this. I'm actually a customer. And, for the PRA account, as what Gerald was describing. So when I sat down with my consultant, with my expert over the phone, and we went over everything, I told him how much I want to make on a monthly basis and be able to withdraw that. Now, that's powerful for you to tell a financial expert, look, this is how much money I want to be able to make within the next 2 to 3 years. This is how much money I want to have access to, no matter if I want to build another business or whatever I want to do as far as property, real estate. This is something that I want to do, so how can you get me there? For him to just show the numbers, that's so powerful alone, and that maintains the membership as a customer for any customer. But now I can share the products of the instant pay raise with people, and I'm actually seeing results from people. Like my pastor is one of the customers who joined on, and, he's getting anywhere between $1,000 to $1,500 a month extra just off of the instant pay raise. So that's powerful, and it speaks volume. It speaks so much volume. So just think, how many people can we get, or when we show people what we can do, the power of this, how many people we're able to share this with and help so many others? Because I always remember, you help enough people get what they want, you will get what you want. Why? Because you give to receive. You give to receive. So as long as you just put the time and effort and energy of sharing this with people and continuously doing it and being consistent, this is powerful. Numbers don't lie. Prime example is just the membership, the $79. If you show this to 1,000 customers and they sign on, just 1,000 customers at $80, how much is that? $80,000 in commissions just off of 1,000 people, guys. 1,000 people. And I'm big on social media, so the thing is with social media, it's so powerful. You could tap into so many different funnels off social media. And then the systems that are in place, you could share this with people 24 hours a day. You could say, look, just get onto this webinar and just take 30 minutes out your time to look at this. And then our auto responder, where you can capture their information right on top of that. So the foundation that this company has is freaking, is powerful. And I'm just so excited to be at the right place at the right time. And I know that every time I get that message at 10 o'clock in the morning where I have a daily guarantee, guys, a daily guarantee of $20 is powerful. And it adds up, and it pays for itself. So that's the main things about this company. I'm so excited, and I look forward to continuing and building and growing with you guys. So back to you, Adamno.
You're welcome. Great. That's outstanding, Ebony. I'm so excited for you. Now I want to go down to the southeastern part of the United States and talk to Mr. Jeff Chantua. Jeff, are you on with us?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me?
I can hear you well. Jeff, why don't you share with us, tell everyone your name, the city you're from, and then what your background was before, and then what's happening for you now.
Well, first of all, I want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak on this call. I want to thank Mr. Brian House for giving me the opportunity to actually promote this company and for him creating this company. And I want to give a special thanks to my team, because without my team, you wouldn't even know who I was, right? And so my name is Jeff Chantua. I'm originally from Ghana. I came to America when I was 3 years old. I lived in New York. I was raised there. And about 4 years ago, I moved to Atlanta. Prior to the whole network marketing, I was a serial entrepreneur. I had my own clothing company, T-shirt line, and I used to work for the music industry. I used to work at Def Jam South, and I started as a street team and moved all the way up to assistant director A&R. And I realized a couple things, when that industry, kind of went from albums to CDs to MP3s, and now it's on what do you call these things? Streaming now. I knew I had to make a transition out. So when I opened up my store, I realized that I only was able to make money 12 hours out the day. The other 12 hours, the mall is closed. And I said, man, I can't live like this, because I want to make money in my sleep. And that's when I really was on the line for network marketing. And so the funny thing about it is I was in a couple of previous companies before this one, but what got me, and it's so funny because I do internet marketing, so my sponsor came to me because he wanted to use one of my marketing strategies to help him promote this company. And so I said, okay, cool. So I said, give me the video so I can see what you're doing. Well, funny enough, as I'm watching the videos, it intrigued my mind, like, wait, what's this? And then prior to me knowing about you guys' PRA here, I was looking to open a bank back home in Ghana. I wanted to open my own bank and get financial education. And upon me looking into how to open a bank, I found out about becoming a PRA, but I never knew how to do it. So there's videos on YouTube that show you about how to become talk about it, but no one shows you how to do it. Better yet, no one does it for you. So when I got here and I heard the videos talking about they're going to do it for you, I said, oh man, this is crazy. So I try to be modest, get the guy's stuff up, but it was on my mind. And so I said, I got to get into this thing. So I signed up. And one thing I love about this company is that the rank levels. See, people love recognition. And you guys hit the nail on the head by giving somebody what? Simple recognition. They'll work for a recognition than a check. And so 3 people and you're a manager? I said, this is a game changer. So, people are in this industry and they bust and don't hit a rank, right? And so that's, so this is where we can truly talk about rank up and bank up, right? You hit a rank, you increase a bank, you know what I mean? And so I got in here, got my 3-in-1, and became a customer. But what's the crazy? Became a manager. But what the crazy part about this thing is that I was able to unlock a guaranteed income. What I mean by that is and what's so strong about that is that people go to work to guarantee income to do what? Pay bills. All right, they go to work to guarantee income to go pay bills, so they can't work on their business because they're too busy working on their job to guarantee the necessary income they need to survive. Well, at MWR Financial, we're saying, let's get you an increase in your paycheck. Let's eliminate this debt so you can stop paying high interest rates. Let's get you out of that debt period with the equity max in less than 5 years versus 20 years. And then let's show you how to become your own bank so that your money is working for you over and over again. I said, this is not a game changer. This is a necessity. And so when I looked at that, I said, okay, I'm fixing my credit. I got it. My credit was 5-something, a low 5-something. Now it's 600. I'm like, come on, this is so easy, right? I done helped so many people in my team get instant pay raise. And here's what's so cool about this. This thing covers your spouse, your husband and wife. We got a lady in our team, Danielle, who is a 1099 person, but her husband is a W-2 earner. And they thought that they couldn't make any more money because he was already making $2,300 a week. So he said, man, I'm making a lot of money as it is. But if you understand how this thing works, the more money you make, the more taxes they take. And so he was able to talk to his CPA, and he was able to get him back an extra $750 a month on top of the $2,300 that he's currently making. This is what you call life-changing, right? And so from that point on, now that they got an extra $750 in the household, now guess what? What we doing? Danielle is unlocking what? She hit manager. She unlocks guaranteed income number one, all the way up to $30,000. So here's the cool thing about that. Once you have guaranteed income, you can say, I'm now working from full-time to part-time on my job so I can work full-time on my future. This is what we get to do for people. Have them get a guaranteed income here so they can now go from full-time to part-time and then be full-time on their future. This is why it's a must. This is why I planted my flag here, and this is why our team is growing at a rapid rate. Because and I've been in this industry for a long time. There's people in this industry that don't know what a PRA even is. And so I asked my wealth back strategist, I said, what do I need to do to be earning $1 million in interest without touching my principal? You see, the power of this PRA, and so I'm just on the last thing I'm going to say, the power of this PRA is to continue to grow wealth. And so I never want to touch the principal that's in my PRA. I only want to utilize the interest. So this is how powerful it is. Once I get to a point where I have $1 million in interest a year coming off that, if it takes me 5, 10, 20 years, I don't care what it takes. But once that happens, you can truly say you are a millionaire without having to touch the money that's inside your PRA. That money's still there, but you're eating off the interest, the golden goose, the eggs, not the goose. So like I said, I'm super uber excited to be a part of this company. I'm super uber excited to impact the lives of the 150 million W-2 earners. And our team is literally Team Trillionaire Elite, Team Real. We are going to be the biggest team in MWR Financial's history because we understand what's necessary for the thing to happen. I thank you so much for having us on. And back to you, Adamo.
Thank you so much, Jeff. That is powerful. That is absolutely awesome. So now what we're going to do, I'm telling you, everybody's story, I could spend time to talk about their stories, but now what we're going to do, we have so many people on, is we're going to cross over the country, come from the East Coast, go to the West Coast, and I want you to talk to one of the newest people in MWR, but has absolutely taken it and just flat out running, and that's none other than Dr. Ida. Dr. Ida, can you hear me?
Yeah, President Adamo, can you hear me?
Yes. Go ahead, Dr. Ida. Tell us a little bit of your background, where you're from, why you're so excited about MWR, and why you're getting promoted and you're bringing people so fast, Dr. Ida. Share why you're so excited about MWR with us, please. Can you hear me? Oh, I had Dr. Ida. You were there. Where'd you go? She got so excited she blew a circuit. She blew her light.
Hello?
Oh, okay. I hear you, Dr. Ida. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, okay. Good evening, everyone. My name is Dr. Ida, and I'm from California. I was introduced 9 days ago to MWR, and first I got a text message from a friend of mine. Her name is Mechi Wallo, and she will always text me anything, and she tells me, hey, come on, join me, and I can show you how to have an instant pay raise. Well, I was like, oh, really? Well, how do you do that? You know, I've never, the last pay raise I cannot even remember from where I work because I'm a W-2 employee, and the only thing that I know if you have extra income is to do overtime. Interested, but not so much. And then I gave her a call, and she was telling me about this services that MWR was that can help business credit repair. And you know, I was like excited right away because during the time when I get the text message and I called Mechi, I had a very, very scary experience with my daughter who just, my daughter is a registered nurse in Stanford, and she was just like practically 4 years doing her nursing, and all of a sudden she gets a project. And, I was so scared. I go ahead, called my friend, Pinky, and of course, Pinky, my friend, will just say, okay, Dr. Ida, this is okay. She tries to pacify me. And during the time that Menchie also gave me this text message about this MWR, I was also doing a credit and my husband. We just wanted to fix everything to be on the right place on our finances. And I was paying $89 a month, and my husband is also paying $89 a month. So when I saw the services of MWR that you just have to pay $50 for both of us, oh my goodness, I said, this is a no-brainer. I'm already doing this. And then I got so excited about the opportunity because, outside medicine, I love learning. I love learning anything not medical, and especially financing. I am not an expert. So I attended 2 presentations already with Queen Dan, who was a very great presenter. She taught me a lot for just 2 days. So I thought about oh my goodness, I am a W2 employee. I'm exposed to a lot of W2 employees, and I'm pretty much sure my problem is also their problem. So I said to myself, oh my goodness, this is a wow. And then our president, Andamo, called me his thoughts to me, and I said, wow, I'm not going to even turn around. I'm not going to change my mind. I will be able to help a lot of people. This is my nice day. I was already able to build a team of 5, and I think they're loving it, excited about it. And so with that, I just want to say an instant pay raise without doing overtime. Wow, that's big time to me. Being debt-free and knowing what to do. And just, guys, this is what I really was so excited. Unlimited financial advice on demand. I'm just so excited to talk to these experts and fixing what I have. And I think I'm just on the right place, on the right time. And I love networking. I love network marketing. I was able to do some stuff way back, a couple of years ago, like building 3,000 people in my team doing this. Apparently did not work really good. But this time, with all the experts that we have and all the people in the medical field who doesn't know anything about numbers, I bet you this is the place where they want to be. This is the place where you want to know what to do to yourself. And I think this time I'm more confident and more it's going to be more realistic for me to really know what I'm doing, because I tell you, I just go do my taxes every year, and I don't even know what I'm doing and if it's right or wrong. So imagine how many people in the medical field who doesn't know anything about what they're doing. And, Andamo, this gets me excited. I love talking to experts. I love something legit. I love something that we have unlimited access to all of these experts that's going to fix our financial issues left and right. We all know we have that. And so, yeah, I'm just, I don't know. Every day I talk to people about this, and a lot of my friends are just so excited to join. So thank you very much, and you guys have a great night. Thank you, Andamo.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Ida. I'm so excited for you, and I know your passion and what you want to do. The very first day you got started, you said, oh, okay, I'm ready to just tear this up. You're helping a lot of people. That's exciting. Now what we're going to do is we're going to move back to the East Coast in that great state of North Carolina. We're going to talk to someone who has his interesting background is that he was a product provider first, and then saw the value, and he'll tell you all about it. But that's none other than my good friend. I get to call him good friends. I've known him for over 10 years. That's Mr. Terrence Hawkins, who is absolutely crushing it. Terrence, why don't you share with everybody what MWR Financial means to you, why you decided to place your flag here, and I know that's not, you don't take that lightly, so share with everybody why that happened, Terrence.
Sure can, Obama. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can.
Awesome, awesome. Well, family, I tell you, I am excited and so excited to be a part of MWR Financial, not just as a service provider, which is where I started with the company. You know, my background is, many know that I've been in the tax industry for a while. My wife and I own our company. It'll be 23 years this coming January. I've been doing taxes since I was 15. I'm 47 years old now. And I am an enrolled agent. And one of the things that I always taught my clients was everybody should and must have a home-based business to reduce their tax liability so they can keep more money in their pocket. So I've been preaching that message for years with different companies. I've actually helped other companies. I consulted other companies. I basically advised them. And I was basically looking again, of course, running around for tax season again to see what company I could really refer my clients to, because I take my clients very seriously, and we want to help each and every one of them. But, we want them to be with a great, reputable company, and I was a service provider and I was outside just looking in. Yes, I was helping the MWR Financial Action members with taxes and negotiation. If they got a tax letter or IRS letter, they had someone to call, and I like that because I like what I do. My wife said I like arguing with the IRS is why I like to do it. But anyway, but I like that. But when I started seeing what Mr. House really had going on with the services again, and I started seeing the results, just like the people that you had on the call now. And when I started seeing the results of the average person is getting the services, and their services are really helping them and stuff. I had another phone call with him, and then he had brought you on, and you were John. I said, oh my God, I knew you. So one of the reasons why I came back into the field is because of the leadership. Mr. House, yourself, I knew that the company was going to definitely go in the right direction, and you were going to listen to the field. So I was like, you know what, let me go ahead and get in. Let me go ahead and get in to build a residual income. Someone said, why were you going in to build residual income? Well, yes, my wife and I have been blessed. We have been blessed during the tax season. Some say we're able to work, during the tax season, take the rest of the year off. That's great. But I knew that we had to be there. And I knew that I wanted residual income as well. And one of the things that I looked at, Adama, was I had my son, 17 years old, about to become 18. He did this past August, but he was about to enter into the college world. He was about to enter in as a freshman, and all I was thinking about then, that was what? Additional expenses, okay? There was additional expenses that was going to have to come out, and then when I started really looking at this compensation plan that Mr. House actually put together, and then I started looking at the guarantee, all that originally started on my mind, I said, you know what, if I get in this thing, if this thing can at least cover my son's tuition, that'd be good. I wasn't depending on the loans. I didn't get the big scholarship and all of that kind of stuff, but I wanted him to be able to go to school, and the money was going to have to come somewhere. So that became my goal. That became my goal, to be able to do that, and we got in and we started building, and then it went from $5 a day guarantee, and then it went to $20 a day guarantee, and then it went to $30, then it went to $50, and now it's $100. I was like, my God, this is great. So I started looking at other different types of expenses that I can say, you know what, I don't want to take it from a regular thing, but I want some extra things to happen. And one thing that I knew is if my son was going to go towards college, well, hey, he was going to have some money. So instead of doing that, I always taught him, the value of working, the value of having your own business and things of that nature. So I got him a position in. He turned, 18 in August. He got that position, okay? And we start working. And within 30 days, he was at the $20 guaranteed income a day. That's $600 a month to a freshman 18-year-old. And I can tell you, he loves when the 10th happens. When that thing reconciles, and he knows he's going to get that goes into that bank account, he loves it. But I really looked at it. He loved it and looked at it. I looked at it a different way. I looked at it, that was money that I didn't have to take from my current income to give to him. I was going to have to give it to him anyway. But how many people that remember if they were in college or had a kids in college would have loved to have $600 coming to them every single month? And I was happy to say now that my son is able to basically experience that because of this company. But then I started going on and stuff. And I said, well, if they haven't put it up here, I was the one to say, hey, I got to go get it. The car bonus and stuff, yes, it was included there. Now I'm looking at Mr. House that's announcing, outside of the guarantee, oh, man, I am just ecstatic because I'm at the $1,250 outside of the guarantee. And now I am looking for the different high things because, this thing is really working in a big way. But what really gets me excited is for the testimonies that's happening today. Like I heard Ebony is on the team. I heard Jeff is on the team. I am now finally being able, just like my testimony said, seeing people on the team, not just excited to be on the team for the services, not just excited because a lot of people are around and got the meetings and we're learning some things, but I'm seeing them excited because they are getting guaranteed income that they never had before. A lot of individuals, like in this industry, are barely able to even cover their monthly membership. They're barely able to do that. Services may be good, everything may be happy, but truth be told, only very few is getting any type of income. And when you have a team of 12 individuals and you can have a $20 a day, $600 a month in guaranteed income, guys, we can change individuals' lives with that. $600 a month in residual income would have stopped foreclosures, bankruptcies, repossessions in our country. And when I see that and stuff, I was like, oh my God. And the guaranteed income, just because the pension world took away guaranteed, we create our own guaranteed income with MWR Financial. And I get so excited at that because we got everything in our hand to take control. And all we have to do is help more people. Spread the word to that 150 million individuals that they too can have guaranteed income, and they too can stop overpaying the IRS. They can use the tax laws just like the wealthy are using. They can have higher credit scores than they have. They can get out of debt earlier, and they have a vehicle that's going to educate them and put that money so that it can grow, so that everybody can have a testimony like Mr. Gerald Parker. So we are so excited about this. I'm so excited about, not just being a service provider, but I'm extremely excited for not just myself, but not just my family, not just my son, but my teammates as well, because we are out here about to change the world. We're like Beaky in the brain now, man. We're about to take over the world. Back to you.
Outstanding, man. Terrence, I love it. And you guys are. In fact, I'm going to do this, because I know this has gone much longer than we anticipated, but this is the kind of success we have. We have so many that it's hard to get just a few in that I wanted to get in, but you got to hear this last one, and I'm telling you, and it's exactly what Terrence spoke about. This is someone on Terrence's team that's winning too. So it's like Terrence said, it's not just himself this time. He has seen people over and over and over, but you got to hear from Mr. Jonathan Siegler. He's going to wrap it up for us today. But Jonathan, can you share with everybody where you're from, what your background is, and just real quickly give them an idea of what it is about MWR that has you so fired up and has you absolutely exploding all over the place?
And Damo, can you hear me, sir?
I can hear you well, Jonathan.
My goodness. Well, everybody said everything that I wanted to say, so I'm going to wrap mine up in about 2 minutes. First, I've got to give it up to our CEO. Mr. Brian House, we thank you. Collectively, I speak for everybody on this call and those who are not on this call, the thousands upon thousands who will be on the call, we thank you. Brother Andamo, I've been listening to your coaching and training ever since back in the day with a company in New England. You know what that company was. I was listening to you. Didn't know one day we worked together, and I thank you. You're phenomenal at what you do. Mr. Terrence Hawkins, what's up, partner? You're the guy. You're the guy. I was really thinking about backing out of the industry for a while. I did incredibly well last year. And you know what happened in the last company. It had tens upon tens of thousands of people. I must admit, got my first 7-figure income last year. Everything was great. So I wasn't even thinking about another company until Terrence told me about what this was. Are you kidding me? Goodness gracious. Thank you, Mr. Hawkins. Thank you big time. But you know what? I'm going to give a shout out to the leaders that's on the team. Jeff, I heard you, brother, out in Atlanta. We coming. And we're going to do a major meeting down there real soon. You are making things happen. I never heard super uber excited, but I want to use that if you don't mind. First few times is yours. After that, it's all mine. Pastor Jatasha out of Raleigh, North Carolina. Y'all better look out. That's a diamond. I kid you not. Remember the name. Pastor Jatasha is killing it out of Raleigh. Brother Harry Simons out of Fayetteville, making it happen big time. Alan Silverblatt out of Kentucky. What? Y'all have no idea who I just mentioned. Brother Ramel out of Chicago. We're coming. We're on our way. Sister Velma Waldron out of Boston. Yes, yeah, we are the champions. We'll sing it later on tonight. And we got a couple other superstars on the line. Y'all, here's the deal. I'm out of Boston. Born and raised in South Carolina. I'm a country boy, but I came to Boston for some real estate, been a real estate investor for 20 years before I got into network marketing. Then I met some phenomenal people. Got coached by Tony Robbins, Holton Buggs, Eric Worre, Zig Ziglar way back in the day, and it just changed my entire life. And when Terrence told me what the mission was, I said, man, I can't retire this industry. There was 150 million people out there hoping, praying, saying, does anybody care? Will somebody help me and my family live a better life? Anybody. We're dying. I look in the eyes of these people all the time. And finally, we got an opportunity. We can help people get an instant pay raise, money that was theirs. The government don't need it. They need that money to live a better life. And we got the opportunity to offer it to them. And at the same time, we can help them increase their credit score 50 to 150 points. And at the same time, help them get out of debt at record time. And by the way, we have a system that can teach them to get on the road to wealth, true wealth, and financial freedom, all with a simple, inexpensive membership of $79. Y'all, there's nothing like this. I've been doing this 20 years. Never seen it before. So that's when I told Mr. Hawkins, I say, listen, my friend, my coach, I said, put me in the game, man. Put me in the game, coach, because families are waiting to dream again. You know, so here's our war cry. All the people I just mentioned that I work with, our war cry is real simple. See, we're going to rush it to crush it. We're not here to play. Not at all. I heard you, Jeff. I heard you, Terrence. I heard you out there in California, Doctor. I heard you. We are going to rush it to crush it. We're not going to play around. See, the people on this call that are speaking, we got a passion for the people. Every seminar I've done for many, many years, I tell people to stand up, and I want everybody to look around, and I want them to say, it's not about me. You got to really believe that. Say, it's not about me. It's about all those families and people out there that are dying, waiting for you, and you have the answer. The answer is MWR Financial, the company that really care. So, y'all, listen, your true destiny awaits. Only question is, are you going to rush it to crush it? I pass it back to you, sir.
Wow. You dropped the mic, Jonathan. That was absolutely awesome. I thank you so much, and I love that. Now, just like you, the first 3 times is yours, and after that, it's all mine. We're going to rush it to crush it. I think that's a perfect way to end it. I want to bring on the great CEO and founder, Mr. Brian House, who really is the reason why we're all here. Brian, you heard so many different people from so many different walks of life, and they're absolutely out here, not only just excited, but they're seeing things happen for themselves, their teammates. You're hearing that. It's things I've never heard before. A lot of times it's just they were talking about maybe just the product, or maybe that they just made money, but they can't tell anybody else. They don't want to mention anybody else, but that's happened today on this call. It was all impromptu. What is your feelings about what you heard tonight, Brian, and can you close us out?
Buddy, I'll be happy to, and I just want to say this. I am so humbled and honored to be working with such an incredible group of people, not just the people that we heard tonight, not just the leaders that we heard tonight and the up-and-coming leaders, but everybody that's involved in this company. Guys, we have something that I believe is the cure to financial cancer. People are looking for a way out. They're looking for a plan. They're looking for somebody to point them in the right direction. But what they're doing is they're really hoping that somebody will give them the tools that they need and do it for them, not just educate them. And they can learn through the process. And, guys, we have that here. And what I love the most is that it's not us, Indamo. It's not you and I having to tout how great this company is. And believe me, guys, you guys give me way too much credit. Most of my great ideas come from other great people, and I've surrounded myself with great people. But I know I've used these principles in my own life. And that's why we did this. That's why we put this together, because I realized a long time ago that a lot of my friends, my family members, the people I love and that I care about the most, they didn't have the opportunities that I had. And the reason being is because the only time that I ever really knew or understood how money worked and how to make it work for me was when I had money. It was when I already had money. I had to get money to understand how to make it work or how to be able to have access to the tools and the systems and the strategies and the experts that I needed to make that happen and make it to where I could leave a legacy. And I wanted to be able to pass it down. I wanted to be able to give it to other people, and not just each of you on this line, but people that were close to me, that were friends and family and stuff. And now you guys are all my extended family, and Ndamo's extended family, and that's what we are here. We're family, and guys, we have, and Ndamo says this all the time, a very, very worthy crusade. And we can make a huge difference in the lives of people. I listen to Jonathan, and when he sits there and he talks about his success, this is a 7-figure earner in this industry that does not need to do this. He doesn't need to do this. He can walk off into the sunset. But it's his willingness, just like it is for each of you, to share this message with other people, because he knows there are so many people out there that are hurting and that need the help, that aren't just broke. There's people making great money, but they're still living paycheck to paycheck because they don't have these strategies, these principles. And so, listen, Dom, I'm gonna go ahead and close it out. I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody that was on here tonight. Guys, we will get this recording up because I think this is definitely worth sharing. And you couldn't have asked for better examples of success. It's one thing to offer an opportunity. It's another thing to offer an opportunity with examples of success. I think you guys got that tonight. And so I appreciate everybody. Thank you all so much for being here tonight. I know we went a little bit longer, but it was well worth it. So, listen, let's go knock it out of the park the rest of the week. Take advantage of all the bonuses we've got put into place. Take advantage of this incredible compensation plan, which, guys, is the best in the industry. I'm telling you, we'll compare it with anybody. We have the strongest program out there. We know it, and there's other great companies. But I can tell you, what we're doing here at MWR Financial can have a major impact that I don't believe any other opportunity can. And I'm awful excited that you guys are a part of it. Have a great night. Have a great rest of the week, guys. Bye-bye.